guys, I keep on getting bad news. My watch is about to die, running out of water, my camera battery is dying, my phone battery is dying. I've also used up all of my fuel as well, so like with energy bars, gels, that kind of stuff. It's not looking good. Hello and welcome back to Underground. If it's your first time here, my name is Matt and I'm currently running every line and station that features on the London Tube map, running every metro station. Just a recap on everything, I've ran the London Underground, Overground, DLR, London Underground, Overground, DLR, London Trams, Emirates Cable Car, and I'm currently running the Elizabeth line. Now I've only got 2 sections left of the Elizabeth line to run. I've got from Slough over to Heathrow Airport via Hayes and Harlington, and the other section from Hayes and Harlington over to Liverpool Street, thus completing the Elizabeth line. Boom. But I have recently set off from Slough and running adjacent to the Grand Union Canal, which has been, it has been so nice. It's been totally pleasant. But it's currently about 7:45 in the morning. I did leave very early this morning, but it's because today is meant to be the hottest day of the year so far. I think it's anticipated to be about 25 degrees, which I know for some people watching, they might think 25 degrees, that's nothing, right? But for us in the UK, considering that we don't have aircon, and also the fact that in the UK the weather is usually crap. Did you see May? I'm just saying, it's going to be very warm. That's why I've got all of this get up on at the minute. It is what it is. But anyway, I'm going to be following this path here, which is going to bring me out over to Langley Station, the next station of the day of running the Elizabeth line. So just behind me is Langley Station, 4.38 kilometres from Slough. Brilliant stuff, you know, looking at the station building, it looks almost like a little country home. It doesn't really look like a proper station building. I somewhat covered it in last week's video, but I spoke briefly about there being a Slough to Heathrow line curve thing, and it's actually just east of Langley Station where this proposed curved tunnel thing is going to take place. If it does take place anyway. So we're going back the way we came to join, or rejoin, the Grand Union Canal. Little baby swan, so cute. You know, there's this saying of, oh, you should never say boo to a goose. Why would you want to say boo to one of them killing machines? We're not too far away from either station now. I do find myself walking quite a few times because I am already beginning to feel the heat. That's probably not a good sign considering it's about, what, like 9 o'clock now, so yeah, it makes me just a little bit nervous. And especially when running around Heathrow with no shade. Let's see how that goes. And here we are at Iver Station. Got the purple Elizabeth line colours here. Fabulous stuff. And it's a nice little community station. When on the approach down from the Union Canal to here, wasn't really much about it. It's mostly they're quite industrial, but on more like this side of the station, there's quite a lot of like residential buildings, that kind of stuff. All right, so now we're going to do a big loop around to go back up over to, I think the next station is West Drayton. So I saw it over there. So what I've just come out of there, I thought was an access road, but now that I've come to this bit here, this fully used to be an old access road. Now, what exactly it was used for, I've not a single idea. Maybe like an army base or something? No idea. Running down here, it kind of reminds me of like a zombie film like Resident Evil, or even if you've ever played the game Dying Light, where you've got the roads but you slowly have nature taking over. It feels quite dystopian. I've just got to West Drayton Station, which, if you're not familiar, is actually the furthest west you can go, where not only you can use contactless, but it's the very last station where you can use your Oyster cards, or any stations that are past West Drayton. So from here, well, from Iver really, all the way out to Reading, you can't use Oyster, you can only use contactless. But anyway, so we're here at West Drayton. I was just chatting with one of the members of staff, Sanford, very lovely guy, very, very friendly member of staff. He was just telling me about all the works that have been happening around here. So they're opening some parts sometime, I think it's on the 11th of June, I think. So there's a mix of like TfL works that are happening, like for the Elizabeth line, but also the Highways Agency is here. So it's almost like the double whammy of stuff that's happening. So we've rejoined the Grand Union Canal. There's one last bit over to Hayes and Harlington before we are on tarmac entirely doing the loop around Heathrow Airport. So from West Drayton over to Hayes and Harlington via the Union Canal. It is quite the distance, and I'm trying very hard to not think about how hot it is at the minute, because it's hot. Here I am, so I just made it to Hayes and Harlington. Again, chat with the staff, super friendly. It is interesting to see at Hayes and Harlington, you've got the old station entrance that's still in use, so still developing the new entrance that's here. Having left Hayes and Harlington, we've got 3 stations left. We've got Heathrow Terminal 4, Heathrow Terminal 5, and Heathrow Terminals 2/3. And all of them are stations that I've been to already, but because there's separate stations on the Piccadilly line, they're separate to that of the Elizabeth line, so that's why I'm doing them yet again. Now we've got about 18 kilometres remaining. It's about the halfway point now. This is going to be the difficult bit because of the lack of shade. So what we're about to pass through now is Cranford Country Park. I never knew this, but Cranford Country Park used to be the grounds of the former Cranford House. It was demolished in 1945, I think. So I feel like as if I'm trespassing in someone's house. Okay, maybe I need to be less cynical too quickly, because I thought, since leaving Hayes and Harlington, I thought that it was just going to be like really industrial and then like that the rest of the way until I get to the end pretty much. I did not expect to see this architecture here. This is absolutely gorgeous. Speaking of secret country parks, there's also the secret station, or rather the former secret station that belonged to Heathrow. It was named Heathrow Central, and there was a shuttle bus from there to the relevant airport terminals. It's interesting to learn the former stations that belong to Heathrow. To think that the last time I was here and it was absolutely pissing it down. So long as we see the terminal itself, and now it's one of the hottest days of the year. It's never in between, is it? It feels so strange coming back here. So strange. I've just seen, just over there, is the Concorde. Were there plans to bring Concorde back? Not like that Concorde specifically, but like some form of like fast aircraft or something. I can't quite remember. Very nice. So checking the stats so far, 27 kilometres have elapsed. We've got about 10.8 kilometres remaining now. And now we are on our way over to Terminal 5. And then we'll be finishing at Heathrow Terminals 2 and 3, which I'll talk about a bit later on. So I keep on getting bad news. My watch is about to die. I've run out of snacks, I'm running out of water, my camera battery is dying, my phone battery is dying. I've also used up all of my fuel as well, so like with energy bars, gels, that kind of stuff. It's not looking good. See, this is the thing with running in higher temperatures, is that you need to have so much fuel in your body before you go, because you sweat so much of it out, especially with things like electrolytes and whatnot. You just have to be very careful to not hurt yourself. So right now I'm just closely monitoring to see if things are all okay. I mean, right now I feel fine. I'm just thinking we've got like 9 or 10k kilometers remaining. It's just something that I'm wary of, so that I don't completely burn out and not have any reserves left. But anyway, we're going to keep on following this way and see how long my watch lasts. It's currently on 2%. What? It's just died. So I've just been to the garage, got myself some water, but I also, while I was there, of course I'm going to treat myself. Clipso in this weather, you'd be mad if I didn't. So while I'm having a breather, you know what you can do? Whatever that says. I wasn't able to fill properly around T5, but you know for a fact that I'm at T5. Why would I lie about that? Alright, so we're just going to drop down this ramp and then we're finished. I've just stopped my watch. Well, just stopped the route on my phone. Alright, well, let's sit down. Now, some of you might be wondering, why is that I've stopped my watch here? Why have I, not run through the tunnel? Why have I not stopped my watch outside of Heathrow Terminals 2 and 3? Well, here's the thing. To get to Heathrow Terminals 2 and 3, it's not actually open for pedestrian access or cyclists or anyone, so there was no chance of me getting through in that regard, so that's a 1. You have to take public transport to get in. I know that there's a bus stop that's nearby, you can take a bus to get to the central. Number 2, the last time that I was here, I got told off by airport security when I was filming around Heathrow Terminal 2 and 3, so that's that and that. And the third reason, if you've watched the outtake video of Underground from last year, you know that the last time that I got a bus into the terminal bus station, someone wanted to fight me because they saw me with my camera out. They threatened to smash my face in and smash my camera on the floor. Okay. That was really tough, and especially with the weather as it is today, that made it even more challenging, but I'm very glad to have done it. I did keep safe, I kept my cap on, kept my sunglasses on, kept sun creamed up along the way, so I actually don't feel too shabby. The only thing which I would do differently, I would probably bring more supplies if the weather is like this again, if I do decide to run in weather like this again. But yeah, I'm just knackered. I'm absolutely shattered now. Next week will be the last day that I'm covering the Elizabeth line, which means the week after that I'll be running Thameslink that's covered on the London tube map. So I can't believe that in just 2 weeks from now we'll be on the final mode of running the London tube map, which is just mind-blowing to me. Absolutely mind-blowing. Thank you so much for watching this episode, and I'll see you next time for Underground. See ya.